Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session on Data Template Overview. In this session, I will walk you through the purpose, structure, and key guidelines related to the data template that we use in our data migration process. Let us start with the agenda for this session. We will begin with understanding the overall structure of the data templates. Then we will explore the key elements we include in every template. And finally, we will understand the guidelines that must be followed when filling in data to ensure accuracy and consistency. The objective of this presentation is to clearly explain the use of data templates and guide on how to fill them accurately. Now let us look at the Template Overview section. Templates are created for data collection from the user. We have data templates for different modules. The user has to provide data as per the template format. Each template contains worksheets such as an instruction sheet, which provides step-by-step guidance, data worksheets, where actual data entries are made, and a list reference sheet, which contains drop-down values or reference data. The user need to follow the template instructions and fill out the data in the data worksheets as per the notes shared here. Please do not modify the data template worksheet by adding or removing any columns. Here is our template overview. Now let's move on to how to fill the data into the templates and what's the use of the trigger buttons which validate the data, ensuring accuracy and consistency. This template has multiple sheets, each sheet with a specific rule. The first sheet you will see is the instruction sheet. This sheet serves as a guide and contains tab descriptions and definitions. We have multiple tabs here: employee, employee address, bank account, employee phone, employee language, and list reference. These tabs contain columns with data validation where the data needs to be filled in. The list reference sheet includes the drop-downs for tabs which are referred and are non-editable. This should not be altered by you. Then we have the prerequisite template section. This means you will find a list of prerequisite template names that need to be filled before providing information in these templates. Then we have a section on template instructions. It outlines how to correctly enter data and what rules to follow to fill the template to ensure consistency. For example, the field sequence of the columns in the data sheets: employee, employee address, bank account, employee language, and employee phone may not be changed. This means the predefined sequence must be maintained. We cannot insert any columns between these columns because it will ruin the structure of the sheet. The data in the yellow highlighted tab is optional. If you have the information, please provide it. Otherwise, leave it blank. This means if a worksheet tab is highlighted in yellow, it is an optional worksheet. If you have data to provide, you can. If not, leave it blank. This applies to other template instructions as well. Then we have a section for template data entry. It provides stepwise instructions that need to be followed to fill in the data. Then we have a section for trigger buttons. These trigger buttons are data validation buttons. Based on these buttons, we can validate the data in the data worksheets. As mentioned here, they ensure that values in the main data are correct, like checking that mandatory fields are filled out, verifying that the dates are in the correct format, reviewing the checkbox column for proper entries, and identifying and highlighting any duplicate key column values that should be unique. Before we go to see how the trigger buttons work, first let us look at the data worksheet structure. As you can see, some fields are highlighted in red with a star mark, and some fields are optional. This means if you do not have data for these optional fields, you can leave them blank. However, the fields highlighted in red with a star mark must contain values. They cannot be blank. These are called mandatory fields. Then we have drop-down fields. The input list for these will be referred from the list reference worksheet. We have a description here in the second row with the data type of the fields. As you see, the employee number or staff ID is a string field, and we have a string value listed below it. Then we have employee type, which is a list field, so we have drop-down values. Then we have an employee start date. It is a date field with a specific date format as per the data type defined. We have defined the drop-down list and the format for the date field and so on. Now let us verify the worksheet with the help of the validation trigger, starting with employee. After clicking the trigger button, we got the message, Employee Worksheet Data Validation is completed. Some issues were found. Please address the gaps and try again. After clicking OK, the color of the button will change to red. This indicates that some issues were found. So let us look into the worksheet. As you can see, we have a field with a drop-down list. Look at the values. We have values: part-time, permanent, intern, contract. However, male is not present in this list, so it will be highlighted in orange. This means any value different from the referred list will be highlighted in orange. Then we have a date field, where the value does not follow the format we have defined, hence it will be highlighted in orange. Similarly, the drop-down list which contains values: divorced, married, widower, single, widow. Indian value is not part of this list. It will be highlighted in orange. Then you can see we have a mandatory field and its value is blank, so it is highlighted in red. Now let us resolve these errors. Let us rerun the button again. It is showing the error message. Let us see the gap. As you can see, the employee number or staff ID requires a unique value. A duplicate check validation has been applied here. 2 employee records seem to have the same employee code, which is not allowed. The duplicate is highlighted in light red. The records need to be removed or the employee code must be made unique. Let us go ahead and change the value. Now rerun the button. Now the pop-up message indicates Employee Worksheet Data Validation is completed. No issues were found? Let us click OK. Then you will notice this button has returned to its original color. Now let us run the second button, Employee Address. It is showing that it has some errors that need to be resolved. As you can see, column B is a header reference, meaning the values are referring from column B of the employee worksheet, which is the employee number or staff ID. Since the value is not present in that worksheet, it is highlighted in orange. After comparison in this worksheet, you have some fields in the worksheet that should match the corresponding value in another worksheet. If there is any mismatch, it will be highlighted in orange. Let us go to the other case. Here you can see this is our checkbox field. If this field contains a value other than Y or N, it will be highlighted in orange. Let us correct these values. Now let us rerun the button. As you see, Employee Address Worksheet Data Validation is completed. No issues were found? Similarly, we can do this for bank account, employee language, employee phone. Then we also have a Reset All Worksheet button. This will reset the column in Worksheet to its original form if there are corresponding highlighted values. Let us observe this. If I have put a blank value in a mandatory field and rerun the button for employee, the error message will pop up. Now go to Employee Worksheet. As you can see, it is highlighted. Now let us run the Reset All Worksheet button. As you can see, this button removed the highlight from this field. Let us correct its value. That concludes the demo of how the data validation works within the templates. I hope this walkthrough has been helpful and that you now feel confident using the templates moving forward. That was all for this session. Thank you for attending.